The latest reaction to the constant pull of the digital world is turning off the modern smartphone, shoving it aside, and picking up vintage hardware. Enter the ultimate symbol of this escape, the 2000s pocket digital camera that also doubles as a dedicated MP3 player. The psychological appeal is simple. These devices offer a closed, highly intentional media environment without a single notification buzzing in your ear. This is a stark contrast to the modern smartphone ecosystem, designed from the ground up to interrupt and keep you constantly connected. Reviving this older hardware serves a clear function. It is an active rebellion to escape algorithmic control and regain focus. Purchasing the camera body online is the easy part. The natural next step is buying a modern 64GB SD card for it. But the moment you slide that card in and power on the device, it immediately throws a fatal memory card error and refuses to function. A 20-year technology gap means modern accessories and Y2K hardware simply do not speak the same language. To actually make the camera work, you have to manually decode 3 constraints: legacy storage mapping, dangerous battery protection circuitry, and strict hybrid processing limits. Without navigating these hardware constraints, your well-intentioned vintage investment is just a silver paperweight. This flowchart maps out the SD card purchasing process, detailing the very first bottleneck, navigating legacy memory card compatibility. Most people default to buying SDHC or SDXC cards that hold 4 GB or more. As you can see, that path fails immediately. The 2005 firmware physically lacks the architecture to address high-capacity file systems. The camera cannot see the storage. The workaround is hunting down standard non-HC memory cards, capping out at 1 or 2 GB. In daily practice, a 1 GB limit means hitting a hard wall at roughly 100 to 200 photos per card. You have to treat this digital device like an analog 35mm film camera. It forces you to adopt a careful, curated mindset before you press the shutter. To use Y2K tech, you must completely sacrifice the modern luxury of infinite storage and embrace the friction of creative constraints. The second major bottleneck keeping these cameras dead is sourcing reliable lithium-ion power for a 20-year-old device. This table compares the confusing aftermarket battery options currently facing consumers: OEM, certified third-party, and unbranded high-capacity cells. It is tempting to buy cheap, unbranded batteries claiming 1300 mAh, but they lack the necessary internal protection circuitry. The consequences of cheap cells are severe. They prematurely swell, permanently snapping the camera's delicate plastic battery latch. The definitive solution is certified third-party batteries with built-in overcharge protection. Doing this the right way requires a trade-off. You have to carry a dedicated external wall charger, completely abandoning the convenience of modern direct-to-device USB-C charging. Trying to save $2 up front on a cheap, unverified battery is the fastest way to permanently destroy your camera. Models like the Digimax i5 offer a highly specific hybrid functionality, sliding a switch to jump from a camera directly into an MP3 player. The utopian promise here is a deeply curated, focused media experience completely disconnected from the internet. This pie chart illustrates the digital real estate collision. Audio files cannibalize your restricted 1 GB space, leaving a tiny slice for photos. It also creates a power collision. Audio playback aggressively drains the battery, leaving no power to actually shoot later. Managing this delicate balance requires hardwiring the device to a desktop computer to manually add and delete files. There is no cloud syncing. Achieving the ultimate distraction-free pocket device requires accepting the heavy burden of constant manual file curation. We are drawn to the Y2K tech revival because of the aesthetic appeal of capturing authentic, imperfect moments. But successfully reviving a 2005 device is a commitment to navigating a closed, legacy hardware ecosystem. It is not a modern plug-and-play experience. This scorecard looks at 2 distinct user profiles navigating this trend to help you decide if you should actually participate. First is the convenience shooter. This is someone who expects infinite vacation storage, modern battery life, and universal USB-C charging. If you fit that profile, vintage hardware will deeply frustrate you. Skip the camera and use software notification blockers on your smartphone instead. The second profile is the intentional curator. This is someone seeking a true digital detox, who views a 150 photo limit as a creative exercise and is perfectly willing to hunt down legacy SD cards. If you fall into this category, your final rule for success is protecting your investment by exclusively buying certified aftermarket batteries and dedicated chargers. The Y2K tech trap is only a trap if you expect modern convenience. If you embrace intentional constraint, you get the ultimate